Welcome once again to Shoma TV, and please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe to this channel, and then also make sure that you also click on the notification bell for more updates on news circulating surrounding Ghana and beyond. We are here to serve you and serve you better. So please do also comment and then also share our videos for us so that it can also reach others. And an opinion making in say a fee and I also what join here and I feel that also channel ya unsubscribe here a patch or subscribe button and a dahono or subscribe here my no me or doman so na bibia so etimi akon kind yɛkaseɛbɔ ɛberɛ ɛna ɛdu so nsɛm a ɛdi ehim ɛwɔ ndwetwedɛ ɛgye mena ɛwɔ Ghana ne tro ɛne ne ntwea so nyinaa no ɛna ne ni abɔ ne bɛdɛ yɛba bɛsanesane mu na yɛde ama na nso hu nea ɛkɔ ɛne nea ɛɛpa na nsɛm yɛhyɛ ase a ndrada ɛna ne NDC Movement of Truth no wɔde bi ɛhyehyɛ so ɛwɔ mo headquarters Adabraka na ɛne the National Communications Officer a ne din de lawyer Sami Gyamfi ɛna gyina mu ɛde ɛne nsɛm no ɛtumi ɛto Ghana fo nyinaa anim na nnura ɔmbra a wɔfrɛ nsɛntwerɛfoɔ a wɔhyia yɛn ɛne ne lawyer Sami Gyamfi ɛde nsɛm ɛto dwa sɛ ɛne wohwɛ Ghana ɛne kɛtɛasehyɛ prɔyɛ dream kankan ɛne ɛne nneɛma a sɛbe ɛnsɛm fata ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ ɛne Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo n'abɛn mu no akɔ akɔyɛ bisi basaa ayɛ deɛ bi a akɔ akɔyɛ adeɛ a ɛne wobɔ so koraa ne ɛne no woyɛ Ghanani a na wɔsia fam ɛsiane sɛ prɔyɛ dream kankan ɛne ɛne nneɛma basa nko a ɛna ɛkɔ so nso ɛwɔ aban wei mu a akɔ akɔyɛ ɛdatwene bi ɛne wɔ haw bi ɛde ma Ghanafoɔ nti ɛne ne the National Democratic Congress NDC foɔ nso afrɛ nsɛntwerɛfoɔ sɛ wɔma Ghanafoɔ nyinaa aso ɛnte ne ɛkɔ so na ɛdi kan lawyer Sami Gyamfi sɛ wohwɛ ɔmanpanyin Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo a ɔde ɛne ne nkwa na adwuma ɛto hɔ ɛde ma galamsey na ne kura no opie mu a aremiya anaasɛ ɛne galamsey we expose wɔde baayɛ hɛ nkurɔfoɔ export wɔn nyinaa ne adeade nyinaa no sɛbe aban no ne ɔmanpanyin Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo wɔn amfa ɛne obibia anya hwee na ne kura na yɛsɛ anas fa raw footage bra ne adeade nti hɛ obi no mo yɛ galamsey ne adeade nyinaa still na ɔmo gusu a ɛyɛ ɔmo galamsey a obi ani ho a ne ho aba asɛm bi anas aban akye na anas bibisa ɛno na ɛha lawyer Sami Gyamfi ne NDC amanyɔkuo ne sɛ ɔmanpanyin a wo no wo sɛ wo ko galamsey na wo mu appointees ɛne ɛne mo wokɔ Jubilee House a nkurɔfoɔ a mo atwa ho ahyia ɛne ɛyɛ galamsey ɛno ɛna ne wɔn de ɛho ntansa ɛne ɛho asodie nyinaa ɛde ɛkɔ akɔsoa ɛne the Attorney General Godfred Dame Yeboah ɛna wɔn ka kyerɛ sɛ na Godfred Dame na wo ɔman mu a wayɛ aban lawyer na nso woyɛ ɛne Minister for Justice na wo ɔman mu ha sei na sɛ galamsey ɛkɔ so ɔmanpanyin de n'adwuma ato hɔ na ɛne exposes ahodoɔ aba wohwɛ sɛ ne nneɛma ɛkɔ so wɔ ɔman mu ha sei a things are now clear on the people who are doing galamsey but still ɛne Godfred Dame woda so te hɔ na wayɛ hwɛhan sɛ nneɛma sei ɛnkɔ so ne ndi Ghana enyadeɛ a na ɛwɔ sɛ ɛne Godfred Dame wo resign na biribiara so ɛtumi kɔ yie deɛ nya Attorney General papa a ɔbɛtumi aba na waba bɛhwɛ na ya fight galamsey na galamsey menace no enso ayetimi aba fam enti ensɛm bi sei ana Sami Gyamfi lawyer ɛka ɛne nsɛm ahodo bebree na ɛka ho yɛnkɔ tie lawyer Sami Gyamfi.
So-called advice from the Attorney General Godfred Dame is nothing but a cover-up calculated to whitewash the incessant corruption and nation-wrecking conduct of officials of the Akufo-Addo Bawumia government and the ruling NPP. The advice from the Attorney General, principal legal advisor to the government, is a big insult to the sensibilities of Ghanaians. It's a big insult to the sensibilities of the nation. We call on the general public to treat same with utmost contempt. This is the same way the galamsey fraud scandal by ace investigative journalist Anas Arimiyahu Anas was covered up and the perpetrators left off the hook. We must not allow this government to get away with this scandal. It does appear that the Attorney General Godfred Dame is not interested in doing justice for the nation, but is only following after the footsteps of his boss, President Akufo-Addo, who has become known as the clearing agent of corruption. Quite clearly, this man, Godfrey Dame, does not befit the stature of the high office of Attorney General and Minister of Justice, because he simply does not give a hoot about the interests of Ghana. The NDC therefore demands the immediate resignation of the Attorney General for this dubious legal advice, which seeks to cover up serious crimes that have been perpetrated against the state by corrupt government and MPP functionaries who are destroying our water bodies and forests through illegal mining. More importantly, we wish to call on the special prosecutor, Mr. Kisia Jabin, to expedite his investigations into this matter and to immediately prosecute all those found culpable. Fellow countrymen and women, our collective survival as a nation is at stake here. Our beloved country is fast losing its flora, fauna, and water bodies. We are fast becoming endangered species due to the greed and selfishness of a few government officials, party apparatchiks, and irresponsible persons who are recklessly engaging in illegal mining with impunity. We cannot afford to sit aloof and allow this canker to fester. If we close our eyes to the evil going on, we shall all bear the consequences of the actions of these miscreants who are destroying our water bodies, our lands and forests like there is no tomorrow, all in search of gold to satisfy their selfishness and greed. This is why we must all take keen interest in investigations into this matter. We cannot and must not accept any shoddy investigation or farcical attempt to whitewash those responsible for this evil, engaging in illegal mining in the Kpong forest. This incident was captured on video by multimedia's Erastus Asaridonk in the presence of other eyewitnesses who are still alive today. At the time of the seizure of the equipment, the company had destroyed about 1,000 hectares of the forest when all they had was a prospecting license. These are indisputable facts. I repeat, these are indisputable facts, and the weight of such evidence cannot be glossed over by any impartial investigator or prosecutor. Forest Reserve. Now, how can the Attorney General and Minister of Justice say that in the face of this incontrovertible video evidence, in the face of evidence of the chiefs and people, the youth of Kpong testifying to the illegal mining operations of Donald and CJ Alaska, now Heritage Imperial, how can we say that there is no evidence to prosecute the company? What does it need to do to confirm that the company only had a prospecting license and that the company was engaged in illegal mining? Did the police even visit the said sites? What took place? Did they speak to the chief? Did they speak to the people? Did they speak to multimedia and the other journalists who were part of this mission for this assignment? The answer is a big no. And that is because Ghana's Attorney General Godfrey Dame does not have the interest of the people of this country at heart. He's in office to protect corrupt officials who are destroying our forest reserves, as we have just seen. And that is why he has issued this farcical so-called legal opinion. The North, South, and Central Kpong districts of the Volta region, who have been displaced by the devastating spillage of the Akosombo Dam a few days ago. Even as we sympathize with the victims of this disaster, we wish to reiterate the important call that has been made by our leader and flag bearer, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, for the government of Ghana, acting through the Volta River Authority and the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, and other relevant state agencies to immediately provide the needed support for residents in the affected communities. This must be done with a sense of urgency to ameliorate the plight of our suffering compatriots, many of whom have been rendered homeless by this devastating disaster. And to our brothers and sisters who are going through pain as a result of this disaster, we know that this is a very difficult time for you, but I'm here on behalf of the leadership of the NDC to let you know that we stand with you, and we will continue to do our best through your members of parliament and our leader, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, as we have already started to provide you with the needed support. And let me also use this opportunity to call on corporate Ghana, the international community, and all persons who have the capacity and the ability to come to the aid of our brothers and sisters in South, North, and Central Kpong. Please don't renege on lending a helping hand to these compatriots of ours, because they really need our help.
Nti ande utie lawyer Sami Jemfi ne nsɛm a wɔkeka de a na utimu sɛ dream kankan ne proye a ɛkɔ aben mu no ɛyɛ do sopu ɛne nsɛm so ɔsan so kyerɛkyerɛ mu ɛwɔ spillage no nso no ɔse ɛne ɛmrahyɛ bedwafoɔ nyinaa mo nyinaa monkɔ ɛyɛ ɛmmoa na voter region ɛne ɔmo a ɛne spillage no etimi aka o Akosombo Spillage na etimi aka o nyina no etimi aboa mo na o matoto nso asra aban sa aban nso betimi ahye nadmofo nso putupa na o matimi abo machidom na mo nso etimi akwakohwe na enipa a mo etimi aho aka adwee mu no etimi akwakohwe wo mo na bibia so etimi akonkan ye to aso de ya na ye de spillage nsem na bi na ye de to aso na enum ene His Excellency John Dramani Mahama suboni no enso etimi akwakoduru honoma enye fedi agrokra na ebra His Excellency the former President John Dramani Suboni Mahama kodu hono na otimu hye nije eyawreho na enipa bebre ena na edi nachi ebo nachi dom na wakosra nkrofo esanso koye o ma adoye ekire odo ede emawo mo ekansem ede to wo mutrim ehye wo mu enkuran eka kire wo mo se achia emuye na mu ono nso John Dramani Mahama ono nso eda the National Democratic Congress NDC amanyoku nanim no a otu mfraka ede amawo mo no enso etawo mo achi na ekwanyese bia ono nso befa na otimi ede aboa wo mo na bibia so etimi akonkan no ono nso ebehwe na watimi aye na ode aboa yenkotie His Excellency the former President John Dramani Mahama ne nsema no wo kan yenkotie bi na yensambra.
The number of people have been displaced. I went to the hospital. You saw that the medical personnel have all been evacuated from their quarters and they are seeking shelter in a pavilion in the hospital. So they actually need support. They need help. Our understanding is that the water is not going to rise any further. From what we hear from the VRA engineer, he said they've reached the peak of the spillage. So it means that it won't get worse. But it will take time to get better, because it will take time for the water to recede and the place to become dry again. We've had unusually heavy rainfall in the northern part of the country. I was in the north last week, and I noticed that the white water had reached its upper limit. And so all that water is coming down to Akosombo. And so the people really need assistance. Unfortunately, my understanding is that NADMO has nothing. Happily, we've heard that VRA said they are going to support with some relief. And so I thank VRA and appeal to them that the people are in need. And so whatever relief they want to give, they should expedite that relief so that they can assist people to be able to cope with the current situation. But I think that this message will let the government and the whole of Ghana see what exactly is happening here. It's not just a story that is being told by people. It is the reality of people's lives following the spillage of the Akosombo dam. The main problem is from above the dam. It's receiving more inflows than it should normally receive. And when that happens, you have to protect the dam, because if you don't spill, then it's possible that the dam can give way. And if it gives way, it will be more catastrophic all the way down the southern volta. And so this is not the first time Akosombo, VRA is spilling at Akosombo. But this seems to be a bit heavier than normal. And so I do think it's fine. But it's also good to dredge, because if you dredge, the extra volumes of water are able to move faster. For instance, you can see under the bridge, several parts are silted. If all that part had been cleared, it will be easier for the water to flow through so that it doesn't back up into people's houses. This happens once in a while. It doesn't happen every year. It's just because of climate change. Because normally the rainfall in the north would have started subsiding. But unfortunately, even when I was in the north last week, it was raining very heavily. And so it's unusual weather. It's part of what is happening with the whole change of the climate. And so we just have to see how to adapt. Sometimes when you read it in the media, you think it's just a joke. But these are people's lives. I mean, imagine 300 dead bodies, all families called to come and evacuate their bodies, look for other mortuaries to take the bodies to. I mean, that's real. Imagine the Kpong hospital, which serves the whole of that area, shutting down. They've evacuated the patients. It's left with only 10 patients. And if it doesn't get better by tomorrow, next tomorrow, they might have to discharge those patients too. Some of them are in critical care. How are you going to move them? So what is...
And the Ghana for Masuma Motie, His Excellency the former President John Dramani Mahama, Nensema walking in our bonnet tofa there, or say any yende and Akosombo dam ye spillage. Nemuno uko na uko share uko any the northern part of Ghana and Chebia and in Sutoye and a flood issues be blue crack also and so on and then and sensem be brinans if you white voter no and also eba ama Akosombo so and so akedra na or say when yan TSA via refuers who say among the items being near will be eba about the support it was your best room say ni many me and one brand 1 million in tem and manning quiet to say any adanko dada dribia na any woman bra and meboa no mumaye any nipa dodua woman ake dreamuno or my baba yom and one bibias etimi akonkai and I said back can say any jesem because on also didn't na sort to from one so who say sabrino yes ensure no and cosul be bribim send ye tia na betin moni e baba mpaye nso se ebetimi aba fom na bibia so etimi akoboko na niema etimi akoyi e de aboa na wasanso akoto asere se nipa ahudro bebre anase amanyofo corporate society obia emfa no magim na obia meboa ene nipa ku a nipa domi a wo nso eho aka dwai na bibia so entimi enko enkan emfa emma wo mo enti we yensem a suboni the former president and the flag bearer of the NDC and John Dramani Mahama Nensema onso ode ato Ghana for enimebra okopie mu e wofra mantem a na ono nso ebon ntoa na oye emmoa ede aboa wom a wom nso wom ho aka se ye toa ensem ne so na ye de amount a okopie mu e wo eni ede a Ghana Navy for akache a titinani a oda Ghana Navy ano enso ede ensem kakra akwa kotudwa enso e wo ebra wom ekobo ahia na wo twetwe nkomo na wo di nkomo ahwehwe ne ene ekwan a suzuoi se niema ama nkrofo bebre enso ho akoka dwam a wo hu ba bia wonko na wo hu ne a wo ye wo ho na wo se wo ho na enum na ene wo kire ensem nyina se de wo mo atimi ayi nipa ana wo mo atimi aboa nkrofo over 8000 na wo atimi aboa mo ewo ene yi Akosombo ene mpesa ni enough town south town central town all the towns no ometimi aboa papa na omo se okohwe extra na se yes spillage na ama extra ni so ho nso akohwe death trap e ka se death trap ne de opiemu dia owu amena pa eno nso ha ene fisher folks na se ene fishermen no omo koyi nam no esa na ama omo nso breyi pa eno emu na omo se so far omo a omo eyi nam ewu nsuo no so no ometimi aboa asave ene wakoso nyina no